Hi everybody, my name is Daniel Krueger, and this is my presentation for Assignment 5, Revisions and Rationale for my teaching unit. So I chose to do my unit on plant tropisms. This unit was taught to a group of high school students enrolled in an electives botany class. Right? Tropisms are basically how plants respond to their environment by growing towards or away from certain stimuli. So throughout this unit, we had three objectives. Right? The first was to differentiate the different types of tropisms that allow plants to respond to their environment. The evidence I was looking for to see whether or not students met this objective, right, was whether or not they can identify the appropriate type of tropism through watching these short time-lapse videos on this website called Plants in Motion. The second objective was to explain how tropisms affect each part of the plant. In order to meet this objective, the students carried out a lab where they analyzed how gravity affects the growth of roots and stems in corn seedlings. Right? And then use data to predict how plants will respond to new environments was my final objective. Right? And after the lab, the students hypothesized how growing plants in zero gravity would change how the plants grew. So to answer the question, do the tasks involve a complex real-world application? I think so. Here, now, there was three tasks the students had to do throughout this teaching unit. Right? The first was the tropism web activity. In this assignment, the students watched like short time-lapse videos on the website Plant in Motion. Right? And they showed just different examples of plants carrying out tropisms and responding to their environment. Right? The second activity was that students set up the tropism lab, so they kind of carried out the procedure, which I did the task analysis for. Right? And then they were able to record the results down here, where they indicated the growth that took place in both the stems and the roots of these little corn embryos. All right, and the final was a summative unit assessment, and that was just a multiple choice quiz that they took at the very end of this teaching unit. Our variety of assessment formats used to provide additional evidence of learning. Right. I do feel that the assessment formats were varied throughout this teaching unit because we had the webcast with free response questions. We have the lab that required the students to collect and analyze data. And then finally, there was the summative multiple choice quiz at the very end. All right. Through like comments from students in this class, in the future I might consider replacing that 10-question like summative quiz with some type of performance assessment piece. Maybe having the students kind of like make their own time-lapse video would be a good assessment piece instead of the 10-question multiple choice. Okay. Are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect on their learning and performance? Right? And I'm trying to answer this question. I realized that I need to make a more conscious and deliberate effort to give students the opportunity to self-assess and reflect. Right? I'm always too eager to move on to something new or to the next activity, and I often forget that time to reflect on their own learning is very, very valuable for the students. So in the future, I would like to maybe like make a Google form. Right, that the students can complete as like an end of the unit evaluation. So give me feedback and give them an opportunity to reflect. It would also bring me in line with an ISTE standard that we see here, where students can use technology to reflect on their learning. And then finally, here is the reference for the ISTE standard. Alright guys, thanks for listening.